Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to AEW. I know you guys have been waiting for a long time for this one, so I hope the headphones don't fall off and we go flying, but I hope that you guys will be well into this. This is a new series coming to the channel every Friday, 4:30, AEW 2022. Just me, no Stuart. This is purely me. He'll have his own series on his own channel coming soon. Watch this space. But yeah, I know you guys have been ready for it. This is YouTube exclusive words, and we're going to start with Revolution 2022. If you are excited for this already, drop a like on it. We're going to get going. The card is more or less as it was in real life, or is in real life, because this is going to be coming out 2 days before Revolution, and it should be as it is in real life, apart from I'm putting Christian Cage in the ladder match rather than Ethan Page, because we don't know who's won that yet. I think Christian in the match makes a lot more sense for the booking. So we will get on with Revolution. Okay, Revolution kicks off on the pre-show with a TBS Championship bout. This one was definitely better for the pre-show, as you can see. A 28, not fantastic, but you've got to look at the popularities of Cargill and Conti, both being at 30-something, so it is what it is. They didn't click as well, made for an awkward bout, so yeah, I was kind of handed this match, so we made it work, but it is what it is. You'll notice the booking, 5 minutes is all he got, and a jaded win. I love the finish, jaded. Jade Cargill successfully defends the TBS Championship. A domination over Ty Conti here. It is a big, big win over for Jade Cargill. Hopefully, we can get behind her and start pushing her a bit more. 28, it is what it is, right? Let's move on to the main show, though. We open with an opening video package. It's a pay-per-view. You start with an opening video package for a 90. Wow, that's really good. Great segment to kick us off. That's going to boost the show. Mainly due to the fact that CM Punk's in there, because Punk's the most over guy on the roster by a long time. For anyone wondering about databases, I've used a Real World Chronicles database from January 2022, made the updates myself, so it should as much as possible be up to date. Let's see on that one, of course. Good stuff. 90, we get all the main guys in it, hype all the main matches, and then we go straight in to the Face of the Revolution ladder match is where we're going to start. It's going to be Orange Cassidy versus Christian Cage versus Keith Lee, Ricky Starks, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Wardlow. 6 men, some of them very, very big. We're opening the show with a mayhem match. Let's see how it does and who is going to win a shot at the TNT Championship. Okay, we get a 63. That's pretty good. That is pretty good indeed if we look at it. And as you can see, Keith Lee wins the championship opportunity. Keith Lee gets the Face of the Revolution win. And yeah, this is much better than you think. Orange Cassidy put in 71. I'm not the biggest Cassidy fan, but that's very impressive from him. 68 for Christian Cage, very good. Really like Keith Lee, 63. That's a good performance. But down the card, Ricky Starks putting in a 55. That's impressive. That is potentially very, very good going forward. Powerhouse Hub 47, Wardlow 49, not bad at all. Keith Lee debuts his new dude gimmick because, database issues. But yeah, this is really quite good. Could have been a lot worse considering the guys in it. 63, I'm happy that we're not going to hit the 04 WWE ratings that we were getting. For anyone that's watching both, we will not hit that. So this is good. 63, I'm pretty pleased. Keith Lee, by the way, big win in the ladder match. He's got a shot against Sammy Guevara coming up for the TNT Championship, and he celebrates that big win for a 64. Good angle. Very good stuff. Okay, backstage, Eddie Guerrero? Wrong save. Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho are, well, it was meant to be an Eddie Guerrero promo. Sorry, Jericho promo even is what I've written. Eddie, I've got to get this right. It's first episode problems. Eddie Kingston interrupts the pre-match promo to fire the final shot and just put a seed of doubt in Chris Jericho's mind here. He sort of says, Jericho, I think you need this more than I do, actually. Because Jericho, with Proud and Powerful disappearing from Inner Circle, or it seems, and it's where I'm going to go with it, Jericho is starting to lose a little bit of his pull, a little bit of his star power, maybe. Chris Jericho, as you can see by the storyline, needs the inner circle, is what I'm going to start going with. Good promo, though, here. Good segment, 22:68. Eddie Kingston then versus Chris Jericho. First big match of the card, you would say. Let's see how it goes. Eddie Kingston and Jericho gets a 72. Very good match from these guys. And a big win for Eddie Kingston with the blackout lariat. 16 minutes we gave them to have a good match on pay-per-view, and they did the business. Jericho carrying it with 73. But Eddie Kingston, 62. Very pleasing from him. Really good performances considering the popularities of these guys, which we can go through at the end after this Revolution if you want to sort of give you a starting performance for everyone. 72 though, really impressive, and Eddie Kingston beats Chris Jericho clean. Is Jericho the same guy? You know, that's the storyline we're starting to go with here. Is Jericho running out of steam? Does Jericho need the inner circle more than they need him right now? That's the question. 72. More on that as we go along in the booking. Okay. The AEW Women's World Champion, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, cut to promo on Thunder Rosa ahead of their big matchup. Look, this is one of these where they've built the storyline up over months. I don't really want to mess with it too much. Of course, Baker's posse getting involved has been an issue lately. And simple promo from Britt Baker saying she will retain the title, blah, 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 like you'd expect. 52 isn't bad. Rebel let it down a little bit, but that's okay. The match itself then, it is Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa for the AEW Women's World Champion. Your winner and new AEW Women's World Champion. Again, look, this is a storyline they've been building for a long time. Everyone goes back to their lights out match, which, yeah, fine, but this is something they've been building, and I don't really want to go away from this. Thunder Rosa becomes your new AEW Women's World Champion. Gets the win over Britt Baker following interference or botched interference from Jamie Hayter. So we're tying in that story that Hayter and Baker clashing at the moment, not really on the same page. So we can tie that into this. We can get a new champion out of it. Maybe push Thunder Rosa to the next level because she kind of deserves it. So yeah, Thunder Rosa, new AEW Women's World Champion. Big title change at Revolution. Yeah, it's a really good match actually as well for these two. I thought this would get 55, 66. Well done. Britt Baker, big performance. Thunder Rosa, big performance for a 56. I'm really pleased with this match actually. They had chemistry which pushed it. Britt to the flavour of the month, but that's fine. Post-match, Baker walks out on her posse in fury as Thunder Rosa celebrates with a championship for a 67. Okay, good stuff. Let's move on to something big, though. We're going to do a hype video for Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley, which the hype video didn't work, which is great. But this is quite a simple story going into this. Bryan Danielson wants Jon Moxley to be a team with him, to be a stable, it seems, to be a coaching. I don't know. They're teasing the idea that Danielson and Moxley together could bring the next generation through, these grizzled veterans in a way. Sorry, Zach Gibson. But yeah, Moxley says, look, for me to stand by your side, we need to bleed together first. 62. So the match is happening. Danielson versus Moxley gets a 79. Great match. A little lower than it should be actually. I'm going to look into why. It may be storyline heat reasons. Obviously we're just starting the saves, which is a bit of a shame, but a really good match still, hitting that 80 mark nearly. Death Rider for Jon Moxley gets the win over Bryan Danielson. Moxley beats Danielson, but Danielson pushes him to the very, very limit. 88 for Danielson, 82 for Moxley. We made this an epic match, and it helped. Good psychology for both. Bryan's a very good heel, as you'd expect. Good road work agency. But yeah, low heat, and the crowd are already at a high. So we're starting to get a burnout already. I don't feel like we've done too much, actually. But interesting. That's not going to go well into what's coming up, maybe. But still, Bryan Danielson, 88. Jon Moxley, 82. Great performance. And post-match, well, I've seen AEW, the roster, some will like, some won't. Jon Moxley shakes the hand of Bryan Danielson. They shake hands. Danielson's earned Moxley's respect. We're not worrying about faces and heels just yet. A new alliance seems to be formed. I am doing the Mox and Danielson stable, and we'll add to that very, very soon. A great segment, by the way. 85, 2 stars. Love that. This first show has been much better than I was expecting so far. Hopefully that continues. Okay. Chris Jericho approaches Sammy Guevara backstage. Up next, the 6-man tag, and Jericho says, listen, Sammy, me and Hager, we can be ringside to help you out in case those Hardy freaks get involved. Jericho offers to be at ringside for Sammy. After the loss early tonight, you guys can figure out why that is. The 6-man tag then, Sammy Guevara teaming with Sting and Darby Allin against Andrade, Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy for a 69. This is pretty good considering, look, you got Isaiah Cassidy in there putting in a 49, Matt 54. Sammy Guevara only a 54. He's rated a little low at the start of this database, but hopefully we can build him up. Darby Allin, good performance, 67. Sting, 71. Good stuff from Andrade with a 65 too. For a mid-cards match, which is what this is tonight, that's pretty good for a 69. Guevara needs a gimmick change. I shall remember that. Very hot crowd at the moment. Hopefully this takes them in, because we didn't ask them to steal the show. We asked them to have a storytelling match. So let's see if that helps us now going into this. Darby Allin debuted a new comeback spot. Good. Well done, Darby. We're going to do CM Punk versus MJF in a dog collar match to finish off the feud. I'll be honest with you, I'm not continuing this feud after this because they've done a great job with it, and I don't really want to. I think it's time for them to go their separate ways after this big blow-off match in the dog collar. Gets a 75. Very good match. Considering MJF, who's not really popular in this database right now, he will be after this though. MJF defeats CM Punk in a dog collar match. Wow. What a performance from MJF. And this is the story, the idea of what we're going with here. MJF beat CM Punk in Chicago. He beat him again. And now he's beat him in a dog collar match. MJF has proven here that not only can he win using cheating ways and smart ways, he can be the tough guy. And he's been the tough guy here. MJF goes it alone and beats CM Punk clean. We are putting MJF over big time here. MJF is a big part of this save going forward, and he beats CM Punk's clean. In the game, Punk wasn't happy with this. I'm going to have to deal with that. Maybe throw some money at him to make him happy, but that is what it is. Really good performance from Punk. No surprise, he's at a 94 sort of level. He's a guy that we need to be doing this sort of stuff. He needs to be putting over the next level. He's a legend in the business and a legend on the save at this point, and we need to start putting over the next guys. So that's what we've done here. Really good performance from both men. Fantastic match. Really good. 75. We made this a wild brawl, and it did pretty well. Yeah, I'm pleased with all of this. Really pleased with all of this. So that's really good. Okay, backstage, the Super Click, so to speak, and RE Dragon, Red Dragon, they're talking about their plans for the tag team titles match. Talking about the fact that if they team together, they can guarantee that one of Adam Cole's friends will walk out tag team champions. Will they do that though? 62 for a pretty good segment. I mean, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish actually brought it down, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Can they do it though? It is Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus against Red Dragon, against the Young Bucks for the tag team championships. Your winners. And still AEW World Tag Team Champions. The A Boy and His Dinosaur? No, the Jungle Express, I think is what we're going to go with. I think that's what they're right, because I don't like that. Jungle Boy makes Nick Jackson submit to the snare trap. Big win for Jungle Boy. It was the obvious booking here. Red Dragon and Young Bucks could have their issues going forward. Really good performance from the Young Bucks, by the way. 80 from Nick, 76 from Matt Jackson, 64 from Jungle Boy, really good. 64 from Kyle O'Reilly, really good. Bobby Fish and Luchasaurus bring it down, but that's okay. 3 top tag teams. The tag team division is really strong. We're going to continue that. Really good match again, 69. We're hitting a good level here for the mid-card stuff. And if the main event stuff can do it, which so far with Punk and MJF, Mox and Danielson, it's hitting next levels, which is nice. There is a future which we can make work here. Really happy with this, and a good win for Jungle Express, whatever their name is, the babyface team. The finish of this comes from Red Dragon and Young Bucks not getting on the same page, fighting each other, and the babyfaces take advantage. Afterwards, arguments go between the Super Click, as we're going to call them, and Adam Cole's friends, so to speak, when the music of the AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page hits. He's coming out to kickstart this main event, which is next. It's Adam Page versus Adam Cole for the AEW World Championship, and the Super Click are not in the right space for this. Red Dragon and the Young Bucks consistently arguing between them. 70 for the segment. Main event time then. Who's the better Adam? The winner, And still AEW World Heavyweight Champion Adam Page. Hangman does it again. Distraction from Nick Jackson, as you can see here. So Red Dragon and Young Bucks continue to argue. They eventually get into a brawl at ringside, and that causes the distraction. Adam Cole, trying to sort it out, turns into the buckshot lariat, and Adam Page retains the AEW World title here at Revolution. It's the obvious booking. It's what I think they may do, something similar. So yeah, they did Adam Cole versus Adam Page quite early for me. I probably would have done this later in the save, but obviously I've got to start here. We may go back to this later. Really, really good win for Adam Page, though. 79 for him. Adam Cole 70. Gets an 81. They got chemistry. He got boosted. It's been a really good show. I've been really pleased with this. Let's set the benchmark then for AEW with the Revolution match, main event, and the Revolution show rating. Let's see what it gets. We get an 81. A very good start there. I'll be honest with you. A very, very good start to the pay-per-view. Save. Let's see how Dynamite goes. I mean, obviously, anything with Punk in was really good, but Bryan and Mox getting 85 there, really, really good, continuing for their storyline going forward. I was really pleased with Eddie and Chris Jericho. Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker was very, very good. The ladder match was better than I expected, as was the six-man. MJF and CM Punk was good as I expected. And the rest, I mean, every sort of match was either at least what I expected or better. So that is really promising for the start. AEW Revolution is in the books. This is what I would have done with tonight's Sunday's card. Next week, we build with Dynamite and Rampage. Okay, then, bit of news items. We've got some new goals. Let's check those out. These are the opening goals. So, Bryan Danielson and CM Punk must be kept above overall popularity. I'm hoping we'll be able to do that, not a problem. Chavo Guerrero, if it's Powerhouse Hobbs, is a star in the making, which is pretty good. View rate is, I don't know why it's on TV. Anyway, pay-per-view buy rate 0.73, so hopefully we can build on that going forward. I see fans are amazed by Darby Allin's new thing. WWE have held Raw, so I had to do the database. I had to do the pay-per-view on a Monday, just to make it make sense in the database. From there, it'll go back to how it usually is. Raw, by the way, we'll keep an eye on WWE. Raw gets a 75, the New Day. So they've done a new brand split, I believe, on WWE. They've done a new brand split. The New Day defeat Big E and Have they turned Big E heel? Have they turned Big E heel? I'm so confused. Anyway, that's the Raw card. Whatever, it is what it is. Let's have a look at some of the popularity then, so you guys can get a feel for the guys going forward in this database. Major stars, Adam Page now. I mean, just winning that main event has boosted him a couple of points, which is really, really good. He's at the lower 60s, 70s mark, which for this database is fine. Bryan Danielson, he's been boosted a couple by a good match, which is really, really good. Now into the sort of early 80s, late 70s, which is good. Jericho starts at early 70s. Christian Cage, 64. CM Punk has lost a lot by putting over MJF there. But I think it'll be worth it because you can see that MJF is now seen as a major star. It had to be done, really. John Moxley into those early 80s now, which is really, really good. Kenny Omega, not going to be back yet, but only a 66, which is interesting. MJF then now into the 63, 64 area. He's gained 7 points, which is really nice. And then Sting, of course. But it's backing that up that you've got some guys that are really, really worth keeping an eye on. Adam Cole, for example, he's gained a couple, right? He's gained a couple despite the loss. Andrade El Idolo in there. Britt Baker, despite losing. She's lost a few by losing. But that's expected. You've got FTR in there. Darby Allin is someone who can be pushed along the way. You'll notice Jeff Hardy in there. When he comes in, he will be part of the roster. There's a lot to like about this AEW roster. And we are going to go forward next week. It should be good. Okay, then that is Revolution in the books. We're going to move forward next week with Dynamite and Rampage. There's no dark elevation because I have not got a death wish. There's one episode per week from this. We're going big with the TV shows next week. And I'm excited for it. We're going to start building some new stories. I'll tease this for you. We've got a new challenger for Hangman Adam Page is in the works. We're also going to go forward with the Mox and Danielson crew, so to speak, and where we're going to go with that. More on that next week, like we say. And yeah, this is going to be a really interesting save. I've been wanting to do this for a little while. I'm not the biggest AEW fan, which I think makes it interesting because I can give you a little bit of an unbiased view in a way. Like Orange Cassidy, for example, really good in game, and I'm going to have to use him, but I'm not the biggest Orange Cassidy fan. So let's see how we can make that work. If you like the video, make sure you drop a like on it. And yeah, I am pretty excited for this. We're going to go our own path now, steer away from what they're doing on TV. I'm excited. Until next time, peace.